So this is my first attempt at making a bone broth. If you're wondering why it looks kind of liquidy and green, as opposed to that creamy richness that you'd expect from a collagen-rich bone broth, it's because I asked ChatGPT how to make one, and it said put it in the pressure cooker for 2 hours. And as you can see, none of it broke down. It's not breaking down easily. So something went wrong, obviously, but that's why we take multiple attempts. It's no big issue. I put carrots, leg bones, sage, cilantro, and a group of spices that are well tolerated by those with leaky gut and IBS. Now, this is going to be paired with a lean meat. I'm choosing chicken for this. I also have some vermicelli, but the kind that doesn't have any flour or gluten. That way it doesn't irritate the bowels at all. I'm doing all of this to repair a leaky gut, essentially. How I got here, I don't know. I have a couple of theories, but enough yapping. Let's try it out. It's pretty yummy. Initially, when I first took it out, I'm not gonna lie, I did already try it. It was watery. I put a bit more salt, and what I'm really tasting, I can't really tell if that's just the bone itself, the actual taste of the broth, or if it's just the combination of spices. But it tastes pretty good. It tastes sweet and mellow. It almost, I put a little bit too much salt, but it still tastes good. It almost tastes like a pho broth. If it were just a little bit more... If it had a lot more sweeter notes, because I put some cinnamon in there, and that's what it smells like too. Put some cinnamon in there, and yeah, this is not the final result. I'm gonna cook some chicken, put some noodles in it, and then we'll actually do a little test. But as for the broth, could use a little improvement. I also found out that you don't want to put anything in the pressure cooker besides the bones to enjoy the creamy collagen richness, the original flavor that the bones have to offer. So next time I'm just doing pure bones, water, and then I'm guessing some spices. I'll read some more into it, but I just raw dogged this one. I didn't put much thought into it. No, and really, that's where the fun cookie is, because you don't know what you're gonna get. Yeah, product is here. If it looks like the chicken was already prepared, well, I don't know why I'd say that whenever I could totally have filmed this 30 minutes after, but the chicken was already prepared. It was already seasoned and all that jazz. The child needs to pee. But the chicken was already prepared. It wasn't prepared with soup in mind. It was more so a rice or arepa style piece of poultry. But I just threw it in because I have an event coming up, so I don't have much time to cook. So I just threw in the chicken that was already prepared and not really meant for soups, and some cilantro. And I might have put a little bit too much in terms of noodles in the noodle department, but that's a-okay. Time to try it out. So That was fucking delicious. And here, take a look at this. It's a little bit more gelatinous. I think it's because I cooked this in the soup. I brought the soup to a boil, and I made it a bit more gelatinous. And the taste of the chicken and whatever else is on it bled into the broth. So while unintentional, I just made a bomb-ass dish, and I'm gonna ask my mom how she made these little shits so I can make it like this more often. I'd probably go ahead and add something like carrots, potatoes, have it be more well-rounded, and yeah, I don't really have much more to say, but I do have much more to eat. More to say. I have kombucha right here. And so, in this little journey of cooking foods for those with a leaky gut or IBS, with keeping them delicious and making sure they're healthy, and making sure that you repair the gut, that way you can continue eating the foods that you love later in life without having any issues, because really a lot of these issues are by design, by the system. It sounds corny and conspiracy theoristic. It really isn't. A lot of the foods that we're fed don't really do us very good. I don't think that's a surprise. I don't think that's something that, you know, most people would be opposed to agreeing with. So, tangent aside, here's a probiotic slash, is it technically a prebiotic as well? Because it has, I don't know, but probiotic drink. And I'm gonna look for more things like kimchi, yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, foods like that. I'm gonna see how I can include that in my diet and in foods. That way I can reap the most benefit out of all of it, especially considering that, you know, some foods, example, sauerkraut, you eat it with a bratwurst, but a bratwurst is generally not well tolerated by an irritable bowel, you know, a leaky gut, because it's got a lot of fats, it's got a lot of action, you know, that makes the stomach go a little wonky, if you feel me. So same thing with kimchi, though a lot of people eat kimchi by itself, but you know, it might be on the side of some bulgogi or some spicy shit that your stomach might not handle well. So yeah, kombucha, bone broth with rice noodles and chicken and cilantro. Shit is fire. Suck my balls.